I've been kind of processing a lot of the content that people are making in my industry, real estate, throughout the country. And it's a very interesting, you know, vibe that I'm getting right now from all aspects. I think that there's an abundance of uncertainty and fear that is being felt. And because I'm going, I did my Spartan race, and I'm currently going through what's called 75 Hard. If you guys don't know what it is, definitely suggest to get into it. Look it up. Maybe it's something that you want to implement in your life. But my mind is not really here for, it's not interested in feeling the fear or in feeling uncertainty. I am more confident now than I ever have been before in real estate, and in being able to tell you guys my perspective on what I think you should be doing. I've never been afraid to turn down a deal or to tell someone not to sell their property based on it impacting them negatively. The same thing with buyers. I'm not afraid to tell somebody, after reviewing their situation and having a discussion, maybe this isn't the right time for you, or maybe this is not the right move for you to make based on the goals and based on what you're telling me and based on what I see your choices ending up at. Now, if a buyer or seller is going to continue moving forward with something even after I've told them my thoughts, there are two things that happen. Either let's say with a seller, home gets taken off the market and you do you, because I don't feel comfortable putting people in a bad spot, and or we try it your way for a little bit and then we do it the correct way, right? So those are kind of the options, and how I'm feeling towards the different scenarios that we've been facing. And to protect people's privacy, I'm not going to exactly talk about specific circumstances, but I will tell you that if you guys are thinking about real estate in any way, shape, or form, let's talk. Even if you're in another state, I've been slowly building up a network of individuals throughout the country that can help you, whether you're relocating, leaving from New York, going somewhere else, which was a big thing during the pandemic. And I was kind of worried while it was happening, because I always had the thought, or the positive, optimistic view that one day this would be over. This pandemic, this closing of businesses, this situation where everybody was going to work remote. And I also felt that at some point there was going to be a bit of an exhaustion by people who were working remote and dealing with not getting respected in terms of their hours, and a separation of home and work and all that. So I felt like that was coming, and I feel like we're seeing it get to come to fruition in a way. And I feel like some people that purchased during this time and that moved out of the city and are now maybe regretting it, especially those that like their job, for example. I'll give you a scenario. It ended up not being a client, but I was speaking to a prospect, and basically during the pandemic they were so close to retirement. They were like weeks away from retirement, and through the retirement of whichever school it was or whatever it was, they weren't retired. There was a couple of weeks where they were going to be going remote 100%, and they were going to retire within like 6 months. So they were like, well, we might as well start looking for a home in, let's say, North Carolina. And they started looking, and during that time they switched that whole thing from being 100% remote to it being half the week or something like that. So instantly now you can't retire until the time came to pass, because you're going to have to be coming back and forth, and commuting from North Carolina is not something somebody's going to do, right? So I feel like some of those, I've seen that happen quite a bit. I've seen some people, for example, move deeper into Long Island that work in the city, and they were told that it was going to be 100% remote and so on and so forth, and it's not, and it's become an issue that the daily transportation is draining to some. So So yeah, there's a lot to deal with. There's a lot of questions and a lot of variables that deal with your personal, real estate goals and with your life. So if you guys want to chat about that, if you guys want to talk about, potential ideas, even semi ideas that you have, let's chat, because we can come up with a game plan, even if it's not now. I'm here to be your real estate agent for life. So whether it's here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, my plan is to be in this business. I love this business. This is my dream job. So hit me up with any questions, and hopefully you stayed tuned through this whole video, and stay tuned for more content, because I'm going to expound upon some of these ideas and give you guys more of this information in kind of bite-sized form and in long-form content. Check out my YouTube channel. Please go to youtube.com, Sell Your Queen's Home. You'll find me. You'll see my old vlogs. I'm going to be bringing that back. I'm going to be bringing more valuetainment. I'm going to have some interesting interviews and just as much potential value to you guys as I can bring up. So we'll talk soon, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and thank you for all of your support.